The galaxy was burning. In the dark void of space, thousands of warships fought each other. Lasers cut through the darkness. Explosions lit up like angry stars. Two great alien empires, the Zarathians and the Krell, had been fighting for 10 long years. Commander Vex stood on the bridge of his flagship. He was a Zorathian warrior, tall and covered in dark scales. His red eyes watched the battle screens. Today would be the final battle. Today his fleet would crush the Krell forever. "Sir!" his officer shouted. "We are detecting a new ship entering the war zone." Vex turned quickly. "What? Who dares enter our battle?" The officer's face went pale. His hand shook as he touched the screen. "Sir, it's a human ship." The entire bridge went silent. Humans. Everyone in the galaxy knew about humans. They were the peaceful traders, the friendly species who sold goods and never fought wars. They had no empire. They wanted no territory. They just traveled from world to world, smiling and making deals. Vex laughed. "A human ship? Here? They must be lost, but something felt wrong. Why would humans come to a war zone? They always avoided danger. What type of ship is it?" Vex asked. The officer checked his screen. He looked confused. "Sir, our scanners cannot identify it. The ship is different, larger than any human vessel we have seen before." On the view screen, the human ship appeared. It was massive. Dark metal covered its hull. Strange weapons lined its sides. This was not a trading ship. This was something else. This was a warship. "Impossible," Vex whispered. "Humans don't have warships." His communication officer spoke up. "Sir, the human ship is hailing us. They want to talk. Put them on screen," Vex ordered. A human face appeared. It was a woman with short brown hair and calm blue eyes. She wore a dark uniform with strange symbols. She did not look afraid. "This is Captain Sarah Chen of the Earth Defense Ship Resilient," she said. Her voice was steady and strong. "You have entered a restricted zone. Both fleets must power down weapons immediately." Vex could not believe his ears. "Restricted zone? This is our war. Leave now, human, before you get hurt." Captain Chen's expression did not change. "We have trading partners on both of your worlds. Innocent people are dying. This war must stop." On another screen, Vex saw the Krell commander appear. Lord Krax was huge with 4 arms and sharp teeth. He looked angry. "The human is right about one thing, Vex," Krax growled. "This is our war, not theirs. Human, run away before we destroy you." Both alien commanders started laughing. The idea was crazy. One small human ship telling 2 massive fleets what to do. It was like a mouse threatening lions. Captain Chen waited for them to stop laughing. Then she spoke again. "I am giving you both one final warning. Power down your weapons. Withdraw from this sector. We will help negotiate peace." Vex's laughter died. Was this human serious? "And if we refuse?" Captain Chen's eyes grew cold. "Then we will be forced to take action." Lord Krax roared with laughter. "You take action? You have 1 ship. I have 300 warships. Vex has 200. Together we have 500 ships against your 1. "Yes," Captain Chen said quietly. "I know. I can count." Something in her tone made Vex uncomfortable. She was too calm, too confident. Why wasn't she afraid? "This is your last chance to surrender," Captain Chen said. "Surrender? Surrender? A Zarathian commander never surrenders, especially not to humans." Vex's anger exploded. "Fire everything at that ship," he screamed. Lord Krax agreed. "Finally, something we both want. Destroy the human." 200 Zorathian ships turned toward the human vessel. 300 Krell ships did the same. Weapons charged. Missile tubes opened. Energy cannons glowed with deadly power. Captain Chen did not move. She just looked at both commanders with sad eyes. "You were warned," she said softly. The communication screen went black. 500 alien warships fired at once. Thousands of missiles screamed through space. Hundreds of laser beams converged on one target. The human ship disappeared in a massive ball of fire and explosions. The blasts were so bright that everyone had to look away. When the light finally faded, Vex leaned forward to see the debris. To see the destroyed human ship. But what he saw made his blood turn to ice. The human warship floated in space, exactly where it had been before. Not a scratch. Not a single mark. The shields had not even flickered. What is that ship made of?" his officer whispered. Suddenly the human ship began to move, and Commander Vex realized they had made a terrible, terrible mistake. Thousands of missiles had hit the human ship. The most powerful weapons in the galaxy had fired at once. But when the smoke cleared, the human warship stood perfectly still, not even a scratch on its dark metal hull. Commander Vex felt his heart beating fast. This was impossible. Nothing could survive that attack. Nothing. Fire again, he screamed. Fire again! The Zorathian fleet launched another wave of missiles. The Krell did the same. More explosions, more fire, more light filling the darkness of space. The human ship did not move. It just floated there, taking every hit. When the second attack ended, the result was the same. No damage at all, sir, Vex's weapons officer said, his voice shaking. Our missiles are not working. Their shields they are too strong. Lord Krax appeared on the communication screen. The Krell commander looked angry and confused. What kind of technology is this? How can humans have such shields? I don't know, Vex admitted. His mind was racing. Use the plasma cannons. Maximum power. Both fleets charge their biggest weapons. These cannons could destroy entire moons. The energy built up, making the space around them glow red and orange. Fire! Giant beams of pure energy shot across space. They hit the human ship from all sides. The light was so bright it hurt to look at, but when the beams stopped, the human ship was still there. Still perfect, still undamaged, and it still had not fired back. Why are they not shooting at us? Vex's officer asked. That was a good question. The human ship had weapons. Everyone could see them. Large cannons lined the hull. Strange devices that looked dangerous. But the humans were just waiting. They are playing with us, Lord Krax said. They are showing us they cannot be hurt. Vex felt fear growing in his chest. He had fought many battles. He had defeated many enemies, but he had never seen anything like this. In the back of the bridge, an old Zorathian warrior stepped forward. His name was Eldathar. He had fought wars for 60 years before retiring. Now he served as an advisor. Commander, Eldathar said slowly, I have heard stories. Old stories from before you were born. What stories? Vex asked. Eldathar's eyes looked distant, remembering. Stories about humans, about what they were before they became traders. What do you mean? Long ago humans were warriors, the old soldier said. Terrible warriors. They fought wars on their own planet. Wars so bad that they almost destroyed themselves. They created weapons that could kill millions in seconds. They built machines that could end all life. Everyone on the bridge listened carefully. Eldathar continued. But then they stopped. They chose peace. They put away their weapons and became traders. They traveled the galaxy making friends, not war. So they are weak, Vex said. They gave up fighting. No, Eldathar said firmly. They did not become weak. They just chose not to show their strength. There is a difference. A human saying goes, walk softly but carry a big stick. Do you understand? Vex looked at the human warship on his screen. You mean, they still have their weapons? They just hide them. Yes, and there is something else. Humans don't show their full power until they must. They give warnings. They give chances. But if you ignore those warnings, the old warrior did not finish his sentence. He did not need to. Suddenly the human ship moved. It was fast. Faster than anything Vex had ever seen. One moment it was far away. The next moment it was between the two alien fleets. How did it move so quickly? Their scanners had not even detected the movement. The human ship now floated between the Zorathians and the Krell. 500 warships surrounded it from all sides. Captain Chen's face appeared on every screen in both fleets. Her calm blue eyes looked at all of them. You have fired thousands of weapons at us, she said. You have tried to destroy us, and we have not fired back. Not once. It was true. The humans had not attacked at all. Do you know why? Captain Chen asked. Because we remember what war does. We remember the pain, the death, the loss. We do not want that for anyone. Then leave, Lord Krax shouted. This is not your war. You made it our war, Captain Chen replied. When you attacked our trading partners. When you killed innocent people. When you refused peace. Her eyes grew hard, cold. You wanted to see human weapons? She asked quietly. Every alien warrior felt a chill run down their spine. You wanted to see what we are capable of. The human warship's weapons began to glow. A low humming sound filled the space around them. Energy built up around the ship, creating a blue light that grew brighter and brighter. "Now you will understand," Captain Chen said, "why we avoid war." The weapons charged higher. The blue light became almost white. "Now you will learn," she continued, "what humans can do when we must protect our friends." Commander Vex grabbed his chair. His hands were sweating. Every instinct told him to run, to escape, but his ships could not move faster than that human vessel. "All ships," he shouted. "Shields to maximum. Brace for impact." The energy around the human ship reached its peak. The light was blinding. Captain Chen spoke one final time. "You were warned." The human ship fired. The human warship fired, but it was not what anyone expected. Instead of thousands of missiles, there was only one weapon, one single shot. A beam of pure blue energy erupted from the front of the human ship. It was beautiful and terrifying at the same time. The beam was thick, almost like a river of light flowing through space. Commander Vex watched it come toward his fleet. He closed his eyes, waiting for death. But the beam did not hit any ships. Instead, it shot straight up into empty space above the battlefield. Then something incredible happened. The beam exploded outward, like a wave in an ocean. The blue energy spread in all directions. It formed a massive circle that grew bigger and bigger. The wave was thin, like a sheet of light, but it moved fast. Very fast. "What is that?" Vex's officer shouted. The wave reached the first line of Zarathian ships. The lights on those ships flickered, then died. The engines stopped glowing. The weapons powered down. Everything went dark, but the ships were still there. No explosions, no fire, no deaths. The wave kept spreading. It touched more ships. More lights went out. More engines died. Ship after ship went dark and silent. "Our systems are failing," the officer yelled. "Engines offline. Weapons offline. Everything is shutting down." Vex tried to use his controls. Nothing worked. The screens went black one by one. Even the emergency lights began to fade. Within seconds, the wave had touched every single Zarathian ship in the fleet. 200 warships, all disabled, all floating helplessly in space. On the other side of the battlefield, the same thing happened to the Krell fleet. Lord Krax watched in horror as his 300 ships went dark. The most powerful fleet in the Krell Empire, stopped by one weapon. One shot, but everyone was alive. The life support system still worked. The air still flowed. The gravity still held. The crews were safe. The humans had disabled 500 warships without killing a single person. Commander Vex sat in his dark bridge. Only the emergency lights gave a soft glow. He could hear his crew breathing heavily. Everyone was afraid. "How?" he whispered. "How is this possible?" Elder Thar spoke from the shadows. "I told you, Commander. Humans do not fight like us. They do not destroy when they can disable. They do not kill when they can stop. This is why they are dangerous. They have perfect control." Vex understood now. The humans could have destroyed all 500 ships easily. They could have killed everyone, but they chose not to. They wanted to show mercy, or was it a warning? Captain Chen's voice came through the speakers. Even with no power, the humans could still communicate. "Your weapons are offline," she said calmly. "Your engines are disabled, but your crews are safe. Your ships can be repaired. You can all go home to your families." Vex felt shame burning in his chest. He had tried to kill her, and she had saved his crew's lives. "This is what human technology can do," Captain Chen continued. "We can stop an entire fleet with one shot. Imagine what we could do if we wanted to destroy you." Lord Krax's voice broke through the silence. He sounded different now, smaller, afraid. What do you want from us, human?" "I want you to think," Captain Chen answered. "Think about your people. Think about the families waiting for you at home. Think about all the lives lost in this war. 10 years of fighting. For what? For territory? For pride?" No one answered. "This war ends now," she said firmly. "Both of you will power down and withdraw. We will arrange peace talks or—" She paused. The silence was heavy. "Or what?" Vex asked quietly. "Or we will end this war for you, and you will not like our methods." Suddenly alarms started beeping. The emergency systems were detecting something new. Vex looked at the small backup screen that still had power. What he saw made his blood freeze. Ships were appearing from nowhere. Human ships. One after another, they materialized out of empty space. They must have been hiding somehow, invisible to all scanners. 10 human warships appeared, then 20, then 30. The numbers kept growing. 50 human warships now surrounded the disabled alien fleets. Each one looked as powerful as Captain Chen's vessel. Each one probably had the same devastating weapons. How many? Vex asked his officer. The officer checked the backup scanner. His voice was barely a whisper. 53 human warships, sir. All armed. All active, Lord Crack screamed in frustration. This is impossible. Humans don't have armies. You are traitors. Traitors! Captain Chen's voice was cold now. We are whatever we need to be. Today, we need to be peacekeepers. Another human ship, larger than the others, moved forward. A new face appeared on the emergency screens. An older human man with gray hair and kind eyes. He wore a uniform with many symbols. I am Admiral James Wong of the Earth Defense Fleet, he said. Captain Chen is my best officer. I sent her ahead to give you a chance for peace. You chose violence instead. The Admiral looked disappointed, like a teacher whose students had failed a test. Now you see our fleet, he continued. Now you understand. Humans have been preparing for this day, the day when we would need to protect our friends, to stop wars, to bring peace to the galaxy. You were spying on us, Vex said. Building weapons in secret? No, Admiral Wong replied. We have always had these weapons. We just never wanted to use them. We hoped we would never need to. We hoped the galaxy would choose peace on its own, he sighed sadly. We were wrong. In his disabled ship, Commander Vex felt something he had never felt before. He felt small, weak, like a child who had challenged a giant. The second Krell fleet, which had been waiting at a distance, suddenly began to move. Their commander, General Thax, had watched everything. He had seen the human weapon disable 500 ships, but Thax was proud. Too proud, all ships! Thax's voice echoed across communication channels. Charge weapons! We will destroy these humans. We will avenge our brothers. No! Lord Crack shouted. Thax, you fool! Don't attack them! But it was too late. The second Krell fleet with 100 fresh warships charged forward. Their weapons glowed. Their engines roared. They rushed toward the human fleet. Admiral Wong's face showed no anger, only sadness. Some never learn, he said quietly. The human warships began to move. This time, they were not holding back, and Commander Vex knew that General Thax had just made the biggest mistake of his life. General Thax's fleet charged forward like angry beasts. 100 Krell warships, weapons blazing, engines at full power. They were the fresh reserve fleet. They had not been touched by the human weapon. They were ready to fight, fire everything. General Thax roared. Show these humans what real warriors look like. Thousands of missiles launched. Energy beams cut through space. The Krell were known as the fiercest fighters in the galaxy. They never retreated. They never surrendered. Today would be no different, or so Thax thought. The human warships moved, but they did not move like normal ships. They moved like dancers, like water flowing around rocks. One moment a human ship was in one place, the next moment it was somewhere completely different. The Krell missiles hit empty space. The energy beams struck nothing but darkness. What? Thax shouted. How are they so fast? His weapons officer shook his head. Sir, our targeting systems cannot lock onto them. They are moving too quickly. It's like they know where our weapons will fire before we fire them. The human ships weaved through the incoming fire like leaves in the wind. Not a single shot touched them. Then the humans began their counterattack. But again, it was not what anyone expected. The human ships did not fire massive weapons. Instead, they fired small, precise beams, thin lines of red light that moved with perfect accuracy. One beam hit a Krell warship's engine. Just the engine. The ship spun out of control but did not explode. Another beam hit a weapon system. The cannons went dark. The ship was still fine, just unable to fight. Beam after beam, shot after shot, the humans disabled the Krell fleet piece by piece. They are not trying to kill us, Thax's officer said in amazement. They are just stopping us from fighting. From his disabled ship, Commander Vex watched everything on his backup screen. He had never seen anything like this in his entire military career. The humans were fighting 100 warships at once. And they were winning easily, but more than that, they were winning without killing anyone. Perfect control. Eldathar said beside him. They know exactly where to shoot. Exactly how much power to use. No wasted shots. No unnecessary deaths. Within 3 minutes, 50 of General Thax's ships were disabled. Their weapons were gone, but their crews were safe. The remaining 50 ships tried to retreat. "Oh no," Thax said, his voice filled with panic. "Retreat! All ships retreat!" But the human ships were faster. They surrounded the fleeing vessels in seconds. More precise shots, more disabled engines, more stopped weapons. In less than 5 minutes total, the entire Krell reserve fleet was captured. 100 warships, defeated without a single death. Admiral Wong's voice came through the communication channels again. "General Thax, power down your remaining systems. It is over." Thax sat in his command chair defeated. His pride was shattered. His mighty fleet was floating helplessly. "How?" he whispered. "How can you be so powerful?" "It is not just about power," Admiral Wong replied. "It is about skill, training, and most importantly, purpose. We fight only when we must, and when we fight to protect, not to destroy." Captain Chen's face appeared next to the Admiral on the screens. "I think," she said, "it is time we told you the truth about humans, the truth about who we really are." All across the battlefield, in 600 disabled alien warships, thousands of warriors listened. Captain Chen took a deep breath. 300 years ago, humans were not traitors. We were not peaceful. We were warriors, the most violent species you can imagine. The aliens listened in shock. We fought wars on our home planet, terrible wars. We created weapons that could destroy entire cities in seconds, bombs that could poison the land for generations, diseases that could kill millions. Her voice grew sad. We fought and fought until our beautiful planet was dying. Our oceans were poisoned. Our air was toxic. Half of all life on Earth was gone. We had almost destroyed ourselves. Commander Vex felt a chill. Humans had been like them, maybe worse. Then we stopped. Captain Chen continued. We looked at what we had done. We saw the death, the suffering, the waste, and we asked ourselves one question: is this who we want to be? What did you choose? Lord Krax asked quietly. We chose peace, Captain Chen said. We chose to put away our weapons of mass destruction. We chose to clean our planet. We chose to go into space not as conquerors but as friends. Admiral Wong spoke next. We became traders because we wanted to learn from other species. We wanted to make friends across the galaxy. We wanted to prove that we had changed. But, Captain Chen said firmly, changing does not mean forgetting. We still remember how to fight. We still have our technology. We still have our weapons. We just chose not to use them. She looked directly at the camera, her blue eyes intense. Until someone hurts our friends. The words hung in the air like thunder. Your war has killed innocent people, Admiral Wong said. Traders, civilians, people who just wanted to live peaceful lives. Some of them were our friends, our partners, our students. His kind face became hard. That is why we are here. Not to conquer you, not to take your territory, but to stop you from hurting more innocent lives. What do you want from us? Lord Krax asked. The proud Krell leader sounded humble now. Admiral Wong's expression softened. We want this war to end. We want you to talk to each other, to find peace, to remember that your people are dying for nothing. And if we refuse? General Thax asked, though his voice had no strength left. Then we will end it for you, Captain Chen said simply. We will disable every warship in both your empires if we must. We will park our ships above your home planets. We will force peace upon you. She paused, but we do not want that. We want you to choose peace yourselves, to be better than you have been. Commander Vex felt shame burning in his chest. The humans were right. What was this war even about anymore? Territory that no one needed? Pride that cost countless lives? He opened his communication channel. Admiral Wong, Vex said. This is Commander Vex. I want to end this war. I am tired of fighting. I am tired of death. I will agree to peace talks. There was silence. Then Lord Krax spoke. I also agree, the Krell leader said. This war has gone on too long. Too many have died. We will talk, Admiral Wong smiled. It was a warm, genuine smile. Good, that is very good. Captain Chen will coordinate a meeting place, a neutral location where suddenly alarms blared. Sir! A human officer's voice cut through. We have a problem. General Thax's flagship is charging weapons again. Everyone looked at their screens. It was true. Thax's ship, though damaged, still had one functional weapon, and it was pointing at Admiral Wong's flagship. "You think I will surrender?" Thax screamed. "I am a Krell warrior. We never surrender. We fight until death." His weapon charged to full power. "Thax, no!" Lord Crax shouted, but General Thax did not listen. His pride was too great. His anger too strong. He fired his last weapon at the human admiral's ship. Captain Chen's face went pale. "Father, move! Father!" The weapon streaked toward Admiral Wong's ship. It was too close, too fast. There was no time to dodge, and then something incredible happened. Captain Chen's ship, the Resilient, moved faster than thought. It appeared between the weapon and the Admiral's ship. The shot hit Captain Chen's vessel instead. "Sarah!" Admiral Wong screamed. The Resilient took the full blast. Shields flared bright. The ship shook, but it held. Captain Chen was alive. But now the look on her face had changed. Now she was angry. The galaxy held its breath. Captain Sarah Chen's ship, the Resilient, floated in space. Smoke rose from a damaged shield generator. The ship was hurt, but not destroyed. Admiral Wong's voice filled every communication channel. It was quiet, too quiet. The kind of quiet that comes before a storm. "Sarah, are you all right?" "I'm fine, Father," Captain Chen replied. Her voice was steady, but there was something new in it. Something cold. "Hull damage is minimal. Crew is safe. But Father, I know," the Admiral said. Every human ship in the fleet began to move. They formed a circle around General Thax's flagship. 53 warships, all pointing their weapons at one vessel. Commander Vex watched from his disabled ship. He had never been so afraid in his life. "Thax, you fool," Lord Crax whispered. "What have you done?" General Thax realized his mistake too late. He had not just attacked a human ship. He had attacked the Admiral's daughter, in front of the entire fleet. I did not know she was," Thax began. "It does not matter who she is," Admiral Wong interrupted. His voice was like ice. "You agreed to peace. You heard Commander Vex agree. You heard Lord Crax agree. And then you attacked anyway. The human ships powered up their weapons, not the small precise beams they had used before. These were the big weapons, the ones that could destroy, not just disable." "Please," Thax said, his pride finally breaking. I made a mistake. I was angry. I did not mean..." "You did not mean to kill my daughter?" Admiral Wong asked. "You fired a weapon designed to destroy ships. What did you think would happen?" Thax had no answer. Elder Thar spoke quietly to Commander Vex. "The humans gave us every chance, every warning, and Thax threw it all away." Captain Chen's ship moved forward. Even damaged, it was still deadly. It stopped directly in front of Thax's flagship. "General Thax," she said, "you have shown us that some beings cannot be reasoned with. Some beings only understand strength." Her ship's weapons locked onto Thax's vessel. "Wait!" Lord Crax shouted. "Please, humans. General Thax is a fool, but he is still one of our people. Punish him, yes, but do not kill him." The human weapons continued charging. "His crew did nothing wrong," Commander Vex added. "They were just following orders. Please, show them mercy you have shown us all day." Admiral Wong was silent for a long moment. Finally he spoke. "Captain Chen, stand down." "But Father, he tried to..." "I know what he tried to do," the Admiral said firmly. "And I know what you want to do. But we are not here to punish. We are here to protect. Remember who we are, Sarah. Remember what we chose to become." Captain Chen's weapons powered down slowly. She took a deep breath. "You are right, Father. I am sorry. I let my anger control me." "It is human to feel anger," Admiral Wong said gently. "But it is humanity to choose what we do with that anger." The Admiral's ship moved forward, stopping next to Captain Chen's vessel. "General Thax," Admiral Wong said. "Today you have seen what humans can do. You have seen our speed, our weapons, our technology. You know now that we could destroy your entire fleet in minutes." Thax nodded, unable to speak. "But you have also seen our mercy," the Admiral continued. "We have disabled 600 warships today." 600? "Do you know how many people we killed?" Thax shook his head. "Zero," Admiral Wong said. "Not one single death. Even when you attacked my daughter, we stopped ourselves." He paused, letting the words sink in. "This is the difference between humans and warriors like you. We have the power to destroy, But we choose to protect. We have the weapons to kill. But we choose to save. Admiral Wong's face became serious. However, there are limits to our mercy. You have crossed a line today, General Thax. You attacked during a peace agreement. You endangered your own crew for your pride. You almost killed my daughter. What? What will you do to me? Thax asked quietly. That is not for me to decide, Admiral Wong said. That is for your people to decide. He turned to Lord Krax. Lord Krax, General Thax is your officer. How does Krell law handle warriors who attack during peace talks? Lord Krax's face was hard. Such warriors are stripped of rank. They are exiled. They bring shame to their families. Then that is his punishment, Admiral Wong said. We will take no revenge. We will ask for no payment. We will only ask that justice be served by your own laws. Lord Krax nodded slowly. It will be done. General Thax, you are no longer a Krell commander. You are no longer welcome in our fleet. Thax's face fell. In Krell culture, exile was worse than death, but he was alive. Admiral Wong then addressed all the ships on the battlefield. Today, a new era begins. The human race has revealed itself to the galaxy. We are not just traders anymore. We are protectors. We are peacekeepers. His voice grew stronger. From this day forward, any species that threatens innocent lives will face us. Any empire that starts unnecessary wars will find human ships at their borders. We will not conquer. We will not rule. But we will protect. Commander Vex felt hope growing in his chest. Maybe this was what the galaxy needed. Someone strong enough to stop wars, but kind enough not to become tyrants. Commander Vex, Lord Krax, Admiral Wong continued. In 3 days, a peace summit will be held on the neutral station Harmony 7. Both of you will attend. You will talk. You will negotiate. And you will end this war. And if we cannot agree, Vex asked, Captain Chen answered, then we will end it for you. We will place human peacekeeping ships in your systems. We will enforce peace ourselves. But I promise you, Commander, you do not want that. It is much better if you choose peace yourselves. We will be there, Vex said. He meant it. As will I, Lord Krax agreed. Over the next hour, the human ships helped repair basic systems on the disabled alien vessels. They gave them just enough power to limp home, not enough to fight, but enough to survive. It was an amazing sight. The same ships that had defeated 600 warships were now helping those same ships get home safely. Elder Thar smiled. Do you see, Commander? This is true strength. Not just the power to destroy, but the wisdom to know when not to. As the alien fleets began their slow journey home, Captain Chen opened a private channel to her father. Father, I am sorry I almost lost control, she said. Admiral Wong smiled warmly. You are human, Sarah. We all feel anger. What matters is what we do with it. Today you made me proud. You protected me. Then you listened when I asked you to show mercy. The old humans would have destroyed them all, Sarah said quietly. Yes, her father agreed. But we are not the old humans. We are better. We learned from our mistakes. We chose a different path. He looked out at the stars, and now we will help the galaxy learn the same lesson. Not through force, but through example. 3 days later, the peace summit began. Commander Vex and Lord Krax met face to face for the first time in 10 years. They talked. They argued. They shouted, but they did not fight. Human peacekeepers stood nearby, watching, waiting, ready. After 2 weeks of talks, an agreement was reached. The war was over. Territory was divided fairly. Trade routes were reopened. Prisoners were exchanged. The 10-year war ended not with a final battle, but with signatures on a treaty. News spread across the galaxy fast. Humans were not just traders. They were powerful. They had technology beyond imagination. They had defeated 600 warships with minimal effort, but more importantly, they had shown mercy. They had chosen peace over destruction. Other warring species began to reconsider their conflicts. If humans were watching, would they intervene? And if they intervened, what choice would there be but to surrender? Some species were angry. They did not like the idea of humans as peacekeepers. They said humans were becoming the police of the galaxy, but most species were grateful. How many wars could be prevented? How many lives could be saved? In a small cafe on a trading station, Captain Sarah Chen sat with her father. They were no longer in uniform, Just two people having coffee. Do you think they will hate us? Sarah asked. For forcing peace on them? Admiral Wong thought for a moment. Some will, but hatred is better than death. Anger is better than war. We did not take sides, Sarah. We stopped both sides equally. But we are not their rulers, Sarah said. No, her father agreed. We are their guardians. There is a difference. Rulers control. Guardians protect. He sipped his coffee. The galaxy is safer today than it was yesterday. That is enough for me, Sarah smiled. Me too, father. Me too. Across the galaxy, the message was clear. Humans were peaceful. Humans were friendly. Humans were traders and diplomats. But humans were also warriors when they needed to be. And the most dangerous thing about humans was not their weapons. It was their choice. The choice to show mercy. The choice to protect instead of destroy. The choice to be better than they once were. Peaceful does not mean powerless. Kind does not mean weak. And humans are the galaxy's hidden guardians, watching, waiting, protecting the end.